Hi everyone, I am super positive Veena, and that is how I would like to think of myself, always full of optimism, full of positivity, wanting to spread cheer and happiness and enthusiasm and joy and laughter and what have you. And yes, my values. There are many values which I value. But I did an exercise on myself which helped me to bring down or hone down all the values. I had too many of them, down to 5. So I did this exercise where I sat down separate areas in my life, like personal, family, social, professional and spiritual, and I gave myself markings and put down 5 values for each area. Like if it was family, then it's connectedness or being able to communicate with each other. So I gave them marking like 8 out of 10, 4 out of 10. And that taught me 2 things. First of all, it eliminated a lot of other values, because the values that came up more often were the ones I felt, okay, in my heart, these are probably the values I value the most. And secondly, it gave me a chance to understand that if I am 8 out of 10 in family life with my values or with connectedness, and I'm only 6 in my social life and I want to be that 8, then I know. So I'm a little clear as to where I want to do what. So yeah, so my 5 values, of course, the first one is positivity. I love to be positive and I'd like to see the good in everything, and truly believe me, I can most of the time. I'm not perfect, but of course working on it all the time. And I just feel that you can see things positively even if they're actually negative to you in your own perspective. It's not necessary that something is right or wrong, but even if it's wrong, there's a way to look at it with constructive criticism or with understanding or empathy, and sit down and think about, okay, what am I going to learn from this, and where and how am I going to take this forward. So that's the kind of positivity I'm talking about, and I hope to imbibe more of it and more of it and more of it as time goes by. So yeah, so that's one, positivity. Second, I value resilience highly, and I admire people who are resilient, you know, like really resilient. So if you have your mental stability and your emotional stability, you know, more in check, then even if there's an unfavorable situation outside or external happening outside, then it gives you that strength and power not to react, as Avinash says, but to respond. So you create that pause within between, you know, the stimulus and the response, and you actually can be resilient. It's like feel good for no damn reason. Like, oops, sorry. So being resilient, I think, is very high up on my list. And thirdly, I would say connectedness. So connectedness is another form of love. So it's, if you're connected with yourself, it's self-expression. And if you're connected with your family, then you kind of like, you know, improve your communication skills, and you're able to actually sit down and talk things out, find solutions for it. And you know, connectedness is love in a way where you can give freedom to the other person to live the life that they want to live. And that is so important, because then indirectly you're also respecting another person's view. You are also giving them that freedom, and you're accepting the person more in a better way. So I think connectedness is a very big value, which I feel is very important. Integrity is so difficult, because to really imbibe, because it you know, it consists a lot of things, a lot of other smaller qualities in it to make this whole person be full of integrity. So it would include your honesty, your transparency, your, okay, if I'm saying something, I will do something, I will do it, and also having very high moral principles. So a person of integrity is a value that I try to imbibe within myself, and I'm working on it always and will always work on it to be better and better. And like again, Avinash says, to be better than your best, and to keep that in mind, and it works actually. So yeah, so that is one. And last but not the least is balance. And hey, I'm a Libran, so I guess that value is more important to me anyway. So with balance, you know, I feel it's very important that I'm able to balance my personal life with my family life, with my work life, and when I can, and during the phases that I can, then I do feel a real, you know, sense of satisfaction, or I feel contentment within me. So yeah, so these are 5 values which I find very, very important.